A question I've been getting a lot is, what is high ticket coaching? High ticket coaching is basically you offering somebody a solution that they are willing to pay a large sum of money in order to work with you to receive that solution. The focus is not the process, the focus is not the mechanism that you have that gets them to that solution. The focus is the solution. The selling point is the solution. That's what people are investing in. So don't focus on the mechanisms of your course. Don't focus on the mechanisms of your coaching. Like, there are important aspects there for sure that optimize getting people to the solution, but the focus is always the solution. So a good place to start is, what is something that you have experienced, or what is an extraordinary skill or solution or experience that you have that somebody else wants, right? So for me, what I'm doing right now is I'm helping people to launch an online coaching business to get them to around 5K per month to at least start. And of course, that is, once you hit that, you have so much potential ahead of you. So to help people identify their their giftings, their skills, right, is one of the first parts, and to create an offer that people are willing to pay for, and to launch that as a profitable coaching business. But really, my selling point is I'm helping you to make between 2 to 5K per month in extra income, in addition to whatever job you have, doing something that you love, doing something that you're passionate about, serving people in the process. So my selling point is the solution, right? The solution of earning an extra 2 to 5K per month doing what you love, right? So I'm not selling the process, I'm not selling the mechanism, I'm not selling the how to learn how to run ads for your business, I'm not selling how to find your purpose necessarily. Like, all of that is part of the process, but it's not what people are paying for. What people are paying for is the solution, right? The solution is, lose 40 pounds in a year and keep the weight off forever. That's a solution that people are willing to pay a large amount of money for, right? So your mechanism is a process that you take people through. Obviously, you need to have experienced that yourself, and you need to be able to replicate that and help other people accomplish that in their lives. And the more proof you have that you can do that for people, the better, the more convincing and solid it is for people to say, like, all right, this is worth my money, right? So it's not scamming. We're not here to scam. We're here to have an ethical, business built with integrity. And of course, may have said this in another video, like, you can't guarantee results for another person, but what you can guarantee is you're giving them the tools, the skill set, the knowledge needed to get to that place, and maybe even the accountability and community needed to get to that solution, right? But a person, like, they're guaranteed to get to that place as they put in the work, right? You have to put in the work, you have to listen to your coach, you have to apply what you're learning, because knowledge without application is worth nothing, right? But I'm now speaking from the coach's standpoint. For somebody who is interested in launching a coaching business, this is what high ticket coaching is. High ticket coaching is creating an offer, creating a process, and a solution that people are willing to pay for, because they want that solution and they see that solution as worth more than the money that they have, right? So that's what high ticket coaching is. Something that I used to do is something called low ticket coaching, which is basically, hey, you can this is how I started, right? I'll just tell y'all the journey. I started after I transitioned out of pastoring. I transitioned into mental health coaching because I was passionate about mental health, about helping people, more so like life coaching. And I was charging $50 per session or $50 per hour, right? So people would exchange $50 for my time and my advice and whatever it is I could offer people to help optimize their life, whether it's in their business, whether it's in their relationships, whether it's in their relationship with God. And that was the exchange I was making. Now, as time went on, I was getting more and more clients, and I was unable to take all of these clients. So what I did is I raised my rate to $100 per session for a one-on-one session, right, for an hour. And as time went on, that grew, and I didn't have the capacity, nor did I think that what the value that I was sharing was only worth $100, because some people were experiencing some major breakthrough. And to be honest, like, I mean, it was worth a lot more to them and to me. So, and this is information and stuff that I've gained over the years through experience, through my bachelor's degree in psychology, through my master's degree in divinity. And that was, a lot more than just $100 worth. So people are willing to pay for what you can give them, right? Or the solution that you can give, the information. Maybe it's just a small tweak in mindset that they need. And basically what happened was I was doing low ticket before, offering these one-off sessions, and now I have transitioned into high ticket coaching, which is people purchasing a package. The reason why a package or high ticket coaching is more effective and more efficient is, number one, because it helps the coach, income wise, and you're getting a larger amount of money in a smaller amount of time, right? There's obviously fulfillment that takes place over time, but basically, like, an example of something I was doing was charging $2,500 for 12 one-on-one sessions with clients. Now, not only is that a larger amount of money, but it's also a larger commitment on the part of the client, because now you're going to take it a lot more serious because of how much you invested. So you're going to go into these sessions ready to take notes, ready to take it serious, ready to pay attention, because those that pay attention. Those that pay $50,000 a year for a degree, you go to school and you go to class and you take notes and you pay attention because you know that you paid for this course. If you were just invited to come for free to these courses, people probably wouldn't show up, right? So those that pay attention. Where your treasure is, your heart will. There your heart will be also, is what Jesus says, right? So wherever you invest your money, that's what you value. That's where you put your value, and that's how you demonstrate what is important to you by what you spend your money on. You can look at your bank account and look at your account statement, and you can see what's important to you based on what you spent money on. So that's the first thing about high ticket coaching. The second thing about pricing and why packages are more impactful and better is because a result is more likely to take place when there is a longer period of time that you are working together, right? You can't expect to be freed from pornography, or you can't expect to heal your relationship, or you can't expect to be prepared for marriage after having one session. Or let's just say that you book, just a couple sessions, and there's no commitment, so you book 4 sessions and then you drop off, right? So there's no real transformation that can take place in a short amount of time like that. So there has to be, number one, a financial commitment, but also a time commitment on part of the client and on part of the coach, so that there's actually skin in the game, right? You have a horse in the race, and you actually, like, this thing matters to you because of the commitments that you've made, both with your time and with your money, right? And because you've invested that much, you value it much more, right? And I've shared this story in multiple videos, but I'll share it again. There's a business consultant that held a mastermind event, or a live, like, workshop. And basically it was like, let's just say it was like $5,000 to attend this event for like 3 days. So a bunch of people paid, got into that room, came with their notebooks, ready to take notes, ready to learn. And that host of the event also invited their family and allowed their family to come for free. You can imagine that those family members that came for free, they actually didn't pay attention, right? So afterwards, after the event, the host asked both the people that paid what they got out of it, and they were like, oh man, this was life-changing, this was amazing, I can't believe, like, this, like, all the value I got for this price, like, it's so good. And then the person asked their family members what they got out of the event, and they just shared some super general statements demonstrating that basically they weren't paying attention, because the price of admission was nothing, right? There was no skin in the game. They had nothing to lose by going into that space for free, so they didn't pay attention, right? So this is what it means to value something. Like, a price tag really is perceived value. Like, if you think about a Louis Vuitton bag versus a bag that you buy on Shein or on Temu, like, the materials that, are put into those bags, like, they're probably not that far off, maybe by like $50 or $100 max. But the price range to be $10 versus $1,000 is simply a perception thing. And people look at a Louis Vuitton bag as something that's more valuable because of the perception, because of the branding, because of the consistency of it, right? So it's slightly different with coaching, because obviously you want to give people a solution and actually give a mechanism that works. But at the same time, when we're talking about price point, somebody will perceive it as more valuable and treat it as more valuable when they have invested more time and more money into that solution, into that package, into that coaching program. So high ticket coaching, I believe, is one of the most slept on, most effective and efficient ways for transformation for the client, for anybody. Like, I myself have invested, and I shared this in a previous video, I invested $25,000 in a coaching program with a business consultant in order to learn the principles that this person has learned over the course of 30 plus years or 40 plus years in business. Because, number one, I believe in the value that's being shared. I believe like it works. But also because I know that I'm going to take myself serious and I'm going to hold myself accountable because of the investment that I've made. Not just financial investment, but time investment, right? So I am holding myself to it. Like, I am going to get this result because of how much I paid. And many times, if you're not getting the result, it's probably because the price isn't high enough and you don't feel the risk and the weight of the investment as much as you should. Yes, the solution and the mechanism are important. Yes, like, you need to sign up to be coached by somebody that's actually going to help you. But at the same time, like, the price point is important. If you're only spending $10 to be coached by somebody for 6 months and they're claiming that they're going to get you to $10K a month, you're probably not going to do it, because it's like, dude, why am I only paying $90 for this? Like, this, I could probably find something on YouTube that's like more valuable than this, right? Versus if you hear that this person is charging 5K or maybe 10K to work with them one-to-one for a year, right? You're going to see that as, okay, like, there's something there. There's something of value here because of the price point, right? The price communicates the value. So these are just a couple of tips in terms of pricing your offer. These are a couple of tips in terms of like what high ticket coaching really is and why high ticket coaching is a growing industry, because it actually provides transformation for many people, and it actually is a lucrative business and career path for many people, especially for those that want to make an impact, right? Like, I believe coaching is the perfect space for those that want to make an impact in this world, people that are actually wanting to do a job or wanting to do work that's meaningful to them. Like, I'm the type of person that, like, I can't work an Amazon job. Like, I can't work at a restaurant. Like, I'm not saying that I'm too good to do that, right? Like, I'm willing to do that if I have to. But for me, like, I know that there's something more. I know that I'm capable of so much more, and I know God has given me so many giftings and abilities and knowledge. And I'm not saying I'm like this super amazing person, but I know that I'm at least a few steps ahead of somebody else that is willing to pay to be mentored by me or to be led or coached by me to help them get to the place where I have gotten, right? So that's the thing about coaching too. Like, you don't have to be making millions of dollars. You don't have to be this perfect individual or like the greatest expert in the world in your field, right? Because sometimes we compare ourselves to others. You just have to be a few steps ahead of others, and just the simple, steps that you've made forward, like, people are willing to pay in order to find out how you got there and for your help to get them there, right? So this is basically what coaching is, high ticket coaching. It's pretty awesome, to be honest. And I just want to, share and really raise awareness, because I think this is a space where so many people would thrive. So many people are settling for, to work in a system, or to be an employee in a system that like is not fully aligned with their values. It's not fully aligned with what they believe in. Like, they don't really believe fully in the mechanism or the process. Like, for me, I was a pastor for the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I wanted to make an impact, and I was making an impact, but I had to abide by the beliefs and the structure of this church that I didn't fully believe in and I didn't fully align with. For that reason, right, I left, and now online coaching is the space where I actually have the freedom to make an impact in a way that's authentic to me, because I'm my own boss. And I can also use the giftings and the skills and the mindset that God has given me in order to help other people see similar results. So this is why I love online coaching. This is why I believe in it so much. If you're somebody that's interested, if something in this video is tugging on your heart and you're like, man, like that sounds great, like I think I want to explore that, I'm going to put a link in the description, and you can book a call with me and we can talk directly, one-to-one. And I'm going to see if I can help you, right? Like, I want to hear where you're at. I want to hear, what your passions are, what your skill set is, and to see if you can actually launch a profitable coaching business. And I believe many of you can. I believe many of you have something unique to offer to the world. And we'll see if we can work together. We'll see if we're a good fit. So I'm going to put that link in the description. I'll also put my Instagram link in there as well. I put some stuff on there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And we'll see you next time. Peace.